What's going on, you guys? This is Aaron from Departures Capital, and welcome to the video. In this video, we had the pleasure of interviewing Bill Guy, who is the chairman of Theta Gold Mines. Theta Gold Mines is an Australian gold mining company focused on South Africa with over 6 million ounces in the ground and a 5-year plan to have 4 producing mines. Now we're going to let Bill take over and tell you guys all about the company, all about South Africa. He's going to introduce the company to you guys, and this is a follow-up video from the overview that we recently put out that we'll show you guys just down below. So thank you so much for watching, guys. Last but not least, if you do support me, the channel and all the videos, then don't forget to, of course, explode that like button along if you are a new viewer to the channel. If you appreciate constant, steady updates on the markets, then don't forget to catch that subscribe button and hit the market bell for notifications. And let's get straight into this awesome interview. What's going on, guys? This is Aaron with Departures Capital. We're here with Bill Guy, chairman of Theta Gold Mines. How are you doing today, Bill?
Good, Aaron. How are you going?
It's great. Nice to have you on the channel. So first, let's talk about Theta Gold Mines. Can you just introduce the company to our viewers and tell us a bit about it?
Yeah, sure. Theta Gold Mines is listed on the ASX and the OTCQB. It's been around about 10 years. We've got about 6 million ounces under management. We own our own gold field. It's a near-term production story. We're sort of targeting gold production very late Christmas 2021. Got 43 historical mines under management. And we have great geology there in South Africa.
Great. So, I wanted to talk about the mining jurisdiction because we've gotten a lot of comments and people curious about South Africa because we don't know too much about it. Can you tell us about the political landscape and how South Africa compares to other mining jurisdictions?
Yeah, sure. Well, I like South Africa. I think it's a very good place. So South Africa has recently got a new president, Cyril Ramaphosa. Cyril's an ex-miner, very supportive of mining. He brought McDonald's to South Africa. He's a billionaire, so he was a self-made man already. He was actually chosen by Nelson Mandela to be the next president. So South Africa has some of the best infrastructure on the African continent. There's a strong rule of law. It's a democratic society. Everyone gets a vote. It's the mining hub of Africa, the continent itself. Everything north of South Africa comes from South Africa as far as mining and infrastructure is concerned. You can buy anything you can imagine for mining in Johannesburg. If you want a mill or you want a truck, all the consultants generally come from Johannesburg as well. And recently, South Africa has been climbing up the Fraser Institute rankings. It's climbed about 26 places over the last 4 years, so it's sitting about 40 there at the moment. And I think in general terms, the mining law is not so much similar to Western Australia, but it's similar in terms of ownership. So the government owns the minerals the same as Western Australia. So, I don't see too many issues with the mining jurisdiction at all, really. There is a component for the locals, though.
That's great information. I'm sure our viewers will appreciate that. So personally for yourself, how long have you been with Theta Gold Mines and what's your experience in the industry?
Okay. So I've been with Theta Gold Mines about 3 years. When I started, we had about 3 million ounces under management. So we did about 20,000 meters of drilling. We've doubled that resource to about 6 million now. We completed a scoping study, a feasibility study. We've delivered the mill to site and we're now progressing towards production. So I think it's been a pretty productive 3 years. Corporately in geology, really my main love is, I guess, really exploration. I've worked all around the world. Worked in Europe on zinc mine. We brought a zinc resource in there. In Asia, the Philippines, a lot around the Pacific Rim. Australia, worked on Cockatoo Island. We brought that back on the stream with a company called Cleveland Cliffs. Your American viewers would know it's a very big company. They took over Cockatoo Island.
Know about that one?
Yeah. Worked with Jupiter Mines. Jupiter Mines was run by Brian Gilbertson out of the, BHP Billiton component. So I worked there about 5 years as exploration manager. We delivered about 1.8 million tons of magnetite onto the table there for Jupiter Mines. And through my relationships with Jupiter Mines, I've actually brought in other directors and people. I brought in Finn, he was the director of Gemfields. I brought in Natasha, she was the legal person there at Jupiter. We've also got, very experienced staff, Rob Thompson, etc. So to me, it's more about the team, just not the people, one person.
Definitely. Experience is very important. So, Theta Gold Mines, you guys currently have a 4-mine, 5-year game plan for gold production. So what should we expect this year, or at least in the next 12 months?
Yeah, well, I think for me, over the next 2 quarters in particular, you're going to really see a de-risking of the phase one of the project, the Theta open pit project. So we currently got finances in the Dropbox looking at the financing. The permitting has basically just been submitted to the Department of Mines over there. So that's all been completed. All those environmental studies have been completed, ready to go. So we're keenly waiting that. We've picked the preferred mining contractor. So Digman's very experienced miner, operates 3 mines in Southern Africa. So great experience. They build stadiums, they do all sorts of things. So we've got great help there. Now we're also quietly working on the underground going forward. But really for me, the next 12 months really about growth and gold. Getting into production, this gold bull cycle, not everyone's going to make it to the production side and developing their mine. We think we can do that over the next 12 to 18 months. We think we can increase our production rates as we go forward as well. We've got scalability with 2.75 million ounces there in the first 4 mines.
Yep.
So, that's nearly 17 years at 160,000 ounces a year if we can reach that target. And we're going to build a gold plant. And that's good for the investors too, actually, because gold plants are very visual. There's a picture of a truck, things being built, okay, you can see where your money's going. So it just makes it easier for the shareholder.
Yeah, exactly. So of all that stuff in the pipeline, what's the most significant thing for you over the next 12 months, or what's that one piece of news that you'd be most excited about?
I'll be very excited about the permitting, but we've actually just got a couple of guys now, new guys working for us, which we'll be talking about in October, and they're looking at the underground. That's also very exciting for me. They're looking at different mining methods and different ways we can potentially bring phase 3 and forward a bit to reduce that 5-year plan. So we're hoping, in October, we'll be talking about that plan as well. So, be running 2 streams at the same time.
We'll definitely have to have you back on to talk about that for sure. So, with gold not far off all-time highs, we just saw a little pullback, but it's looking like the dip's being bought today. Where do you see gold heading, let's say, over the next couple of years, or what's your personal forecast or target if you have one?
Yeah, sort of personally, I'm a big fan of Rick Rule over there. I think he's a great guy. Obviously the gold bull runs on. I think it's on for the next couple of years. The globe's printing money everywhere, Australia, US, Europe, everyone's printing money. So I think there's a couple of things that sort of not really been noticed. We've got China is now the world's biggest producer of gold, and China virtually sells nothing out of China. So that's sort of interesting. Obviously the Chinese are putting a great deal of value on gold. We also have the discovery cost of gold, which we're not really talking about. So when you look around the globe now, it's about $45 discovery costs. Which is great news for us because, with 6 million already in the bank, that's great news for the Theta investors. But, those costs are continually climbing. Some people talk about $80 US for the Pacific Rim. So the gold's sort of supported by the fact it costs more to find it in a way as well, as well as the US Fed policies they're putting out now and they're tolerating inflation. So, without a crystal ball, but it all looks pretty good at the moment.
No, I totally agree with you on that one. So for our audience, what's the best way to learn more about Theta Gold, or where should they go?
Well, they can go to your channel, Aaron. That'd be one place. We've got a website, Theta Gold Mines. We're on the ASX and OTC prints all our announcements. We also you can email me, Bill G at Theta Gold Mines. We're on Twitter. We're on LinkedIn. So I'm always happy to talk to anyone who wants to talk. And share the story and the journey with us. That'd be great.
Thank you so much, Bill. It was a pleasure, and we'll definitely have you back on talking about your updates over the next couple months to years. So it's gonna be great.
All right, that'd be great, Aaron. Thanks for that.
All right, guys, that wraps up the interview. Drop those comments below. Let me know what you think about Theta Gold Mines. We're out of here. Always remember, Departures Capital is for information, education, and entertainment purposes only. Don't buy or sell a stock because you heard it on here. Buy or sell a stock because you've done your research, you've done your thorough due diligence, and you're making your own personal investment decisions for yourself. This video is not financial advice. We'll see you guys in our next video.